Hi, and welcome to Blind Faith Live. Real people, real miracles. We often talk about shining the light for others. Dr. Nemeh in this episode will be shining the light on the ruler of this world. In some Bibles called the prince of this world, or called the God of this world.
I hear a lot of people getting mad at God. They blame then the God, and they forget that the evil one is the one who is ruling this world, influencing it.
Hi, and welcome. My name is Philip Keller. I am legally blind, and this is Blind Faith Live. Real people, real miracles. Complete new episodes every Tuesday. But on Sundays, we like to look back at other inspired moments with Dr. Issam Nemeh and Issam's Insights here on Blind Faith Live. Confirmed again yesterday at a Dr. Nemeh healing service, confusion over the God of this world. Small g. Small g, small g. The God of this world, you can call him the ruler of this world. He's also called the prince of this world. And if we don't understand him and his followers, we don't understand anything in this life. We don't understand anything in this world. We do not fully understand our Christian faith. We have to understand the God of this world. And it has to do with the ruler of this world. You mean Jesus? No. Jesus talked about the ruler of this world. He's talking about the guy who met him after the 40 days in the desert, saying, I will give this all to you, and I have the authority to do so. That's the ruler of this world, and that's why there's so much evil out there, so much distortion out there. For those of you who've always wanted to ask Dr. Nemeh a question, we're going to do that. We're going to do a little Q&A with you. That's going to help me because on the podcast I always have Q&A, and I haven't done that yet this week, so this will be great. The doctor actually stopped doing this because he said people were leaving more confused than when they came. So what we need is a moderator, and I found one, me. So we're going to take your questions. Would you please welcome Dr. Issam Nemeh. All right, we're going to do this with two mics. You got your mic? Is it on?
Come, Holy Spirit, in the name of Jesus.
I was just curious, with all the evil here in the world, how do we accept some of these really horrific things happening to people, and people are so good, like, say, a kid getting kidnapped and having, you know, how do
are we accusing God of doing that?
Yeah.
You see, that's the mistake a lot of people do make.
Well, I don't know if I'm accusing God.
No. That's an accusation for God. Actually, many people do commit that sin. I hear a lot of people getting mad at God. They blame then the God. Here they abide by the laws of this fallen nature, and they forget that the evil one is the one who is ruling this world, influencing it. He is influencing it. I'm not saying that the hand of God is not in this world. There is a lot of good. Otherwise, this world will not continue. You see? So you cannot blame any act like this on God. God doesn't want that to happen to begin with. Actually, God is waiting for us, the servants of Jesus, to reach that matching number where he will be putting an end to all of that evil that has been happening on this world. So it rests upon us. And it's a great sin, actually, to tell you the truth. Having a little tiny bit of knowledge about Jesus and blaming God for anything bad that is happening in this world. We have to blame ourselves, not God.
And the influence of the ruler of this world.
Yes.
So Jesus had to come, and to repair everything, he died on the cross. So the question is, why is it, when he died on the cross, why didn't evil just end? He had done his part. Jesus had done his part. It should have been just over, but it's not. You can't, looking at the cross, you can't tell the difference. There was evil before, there's evil after. And we're not recognizing what happened. So why didn't it just end right then and there?
The reason is you have a head, which is the devil, and 1/3 of the angels actually fell after him. Things were different from when the Father looked at that creation, when everything was done and he loved it. It got distorted because that evil is a god, actually. And those are powers and principalities, and they affected the way that this level is. It's so reflecting the defective mind of those evil ones.
So he ruined perfection. Everything was perfect, and he ruined it all.
Yes. Now, the evil is a controlling. thing. He's a God, and those angels that followed him are under his control. Actually, it's like a slavery for those minds. He's in such control. Whatever he wants them to do, they have to do. It's the exact opposite of the reality that is within the Son of God. Now, when Jesus died on the cross and offered that complete sacrifice, he did sort of neutralize the mind of that evil one, but he had other angels that followed him. Those are powers and principalities, and those are the ones that we are fighting against as Christians, actually.
So there was a partial paralysis of the evil, that some of the evil was taken out of the world.
Definitely. As a matter of fact, it weakened since that time.
And we know by going to these services and on the podcast, we know that we're supposed to finish the job. That's the beauty of this, is that we pick up our cross and follow.
The
just like
seed
St.
of Christ.
Paul said. He could have done it the other way. I mean, he could have just ended it. Could he have not? But
No,
he decided
cannot.
to include us.
He could not.
He couldn't.
He could not.
Why?
He could not, because those beings are part of his being.
Why wasn't the act of Jesus
Because
enough? Why did he need us?
Because the reality is such in there. You have a head, and you have members that followed that head. So the act was about blocking the main one, which is the devil. But the other ones that are following that evil one have to be neutralized by us, actually, by the ones that belong to the Son of God. That's why he told them, you want to follow me, carry your cross, and follow me.
And that's
why St. Paul, too, talking about the subject, he said, and I'm completing in my body what is lacking on the cross.
So one by one, we're clicking off the angels.
We
one by
are
one.
part of the redemptive act, the seed of Christ. We are the ones who are going to be completing everything. As a matter of fact, in Revelation, it was very clear-cut. There is a number that we have to reach. That's why it says, for those who were asking for the revenge from the earth, in the vision that John saw, they were dressed in white, and he heard a voice telling them, not until the number of the servants of Jesus and those who are supposed to be martyred for his sake is complete. So there is a number that we have to reach.
And science backs that up. The Harvard psychology guy who's done all this research on his history of violence, the likelihood that another human being will kill you. Once upon a time it was about 1 in 15. And now he says, believe it or not, despite everything you see out there, despite everything you feel and watch, he says, this is the most peaceful time the world has ever known. And that is shocking. The evil is intensifying, but it's not necessarily getting bigger.
Yes, and it has been weakening, actually, over the centuries. That's why, the sign of it is, if we look at it, evil is going public, in a sense. It cannot cover itself anymore. And we see that being evident all over. And personalities that used to cover themselves before, now they are so public about where they stand and all of that, because the evil knows that its time is short, because the matching has been ongoing, and we are reaching a critical point. Critical point in a sense, the evil is against Christianity in general. Yeah, it's against all Christians.
Because we're having an effect on it.
Because of that, because every one of us actually that surrenders the self to the Lord blocks the effect or the influence of one of those angels' mind upon this existence.
And the saddest part is we don't even know it. We're blinded to the fact
we
are neutralized.
The early church had a full knowledge of that, actually. That's why they found it very easy, actually, to go and offer the self as a sacrifice.
That's why all the martyrs?
That's why all the martyrs. The martyrdom, on the blood of the martyrs, the church actually was built. And on the blood of the martyrs, the church is going to end. The time of the church is going to end.
So what does each one of us need to know in order to click off, count out one of the fallen angels? What do we actually need to know?
just that realization, that knowledge that allows us to understand more clearly the reason behind our existence. Because once we recognize the reason and the purpose behind our life in here, our existence on this earth, then it becomes very easy for us actually to achieve or to offer the self.
Beautiful.
My ticket had 3 6s on it. What does that mean?
Three. I missed the question.
Her ticket had 3 6s on it. In the number on her ticket assignment, it had 666.
I'm sorry to tell you, you'll have to go.
Yeah, but what do you mean by that, honey?
She wants.
Yeah,
to
I know,
look
but
at-
what do you mean by the question? And I'd like to hear your mind. It's very important to bring you into a peace in there.
It's the devil. That's what it's
Okay, it's the
talking
devil.
about, yeah.
Yeah, if you recognize the devil as being like that, then it's going to influence
But is it going
that
to
part of your life.
Can it be taken away?
Take it away. And do you know one thing? I think a lot of Christians do miss that part, and it's extremely important for us to recognize. In Jesus, we have dominion over every power and principality. Okay? So now, to live in that type of fear, and a lot of people do focus their minds on defective things like that. The devil has no access whatsoever to us.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, the devil is scared of us.
It's
Because
just,
we are the power that is
it's
against
just
it.
scary. That's
And
all.
we are the power that is neutralizing it. Okay? So it's not good to look into those things and have some fear in there. Right? No, it's not scary, honey. When I have Jesus in me, I'm scared of nothing. There's no fear whatsoever when it comes to Jesus. And that's the peace that the Lord talked about. So you go and we surrender ourselves to Him and with confidence. Okay? As a matter of fact, to tell you the truth, the sign of the true love for the Lord is peace. Okay? No disturbance. No worries whatsoever.
Ooh, let's rewind on that one. Let's hear that one more time.
The sign of the true love for the Lord is peace. Okay? No disturbance. No worries whatsoever. When I love Him truthfully, I worry about nothing. Okay? So please, don't allow your mind to go into those, And I'm not talking only to you, I'm talking to everybody. Because I hear so much about that stuff. People are living in fear. And that's a sign of lack of faith, actually. Okay, and God bless you.
That was a very cool follow-up. Would you please thank Dr. Issam Nemeh? Thank you so much. God bless you. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Issam Nemeh, the physician of unshakable faith, shining the light, again, on the ruler of this world, the prince of this world, the God, small g, of this world. Slowly but surely, one by one, lessening the power of the fallen angels until all the power will be neutralized, paralyzed, it will be gone. And we just need to know the power we have and why they are indeed afraid of us. Thank you, Dr. Issam Nemeh, the physician of unshakable faith. Here on Blind Faith Live, real people, real miracles. Complete new episodes every Tuesday. See you then. I'm Philip Keller.